Hello there folks, these are the hands of me, Dan Brown from sortofinteresting.com, and today you're joining me for a very quick video as we're about to replace the nib on this Lamy Safari pen. I've got a Vista here as well, which is basically this in clear. We're going to replace the nib from a medium nib to a fine nib, and also just pop a little piston converter cartridge in here. Again, this is a Lamy converter. And, well, we have got, thanks to a wonderful friend, thank you very much CC, 2 thumbs up, we have got a wonderful selection of stuff here. He sent me not only the nibs, but also a random set of Midori, like proper Midori Traveller's Notebook stickers and all like these. I love the little name tag ones, like what comes in the like term 1917 books, that sort of thing. And also a wonderful, really nice set of different inks here. So what we're going to do is take the bright green Lamy. I'll drop the camera back down into position. There we go. We're going to pop the nib off this, put the new one in, put the cartridge in, and then we're going to take some of this. This is, now let me check my computer screen. This is the Yuyake colour. Forgive my pronunciation, I'll say that much. Please forgive that pronunciation. And that is some Pilot Iroshizuku ink. So yeah, again, I'm just going to call it Yuyake and assume that's correct. As you can see, even in the bottle here, it's got a very light colour compared to, say, even a slightly darker, similar looking colour. So once we get this in the pen and then spread thinly on the paper, I'm hoping that's going to be some very nice, very light ink. Anyway, let's take a closer look at some nibs here. Okay, before we actually switch these over, well, I've got 2 identical coloured nibs here. The fine on the right hand side and the medium on the left. You can see even just in this view that the fine and the medium are noticeably different when you get close up. As you'd expect, I suppose. It may not look like much of a difference, but I feel that you can definitely tell again that the one on the left hand side is a slightly broader nib overall. So, onto the actual nib removal. Now, I've seen different people suggest different ways of doing this. Some have said that you can use the lid like that on the end to pull it away. Others say take it from the side. So, let's assume that it's going to be as easy as it looks. And I'm just going to take the nib here. Obviously, his pen's now empty and I've washed it all out, ready for the new ink too. And I'm just going to grip tightly and wow. Well, that's even easier than I was expecting. So you can see there is what our pen looks like, minus the actual metal nib covering that the feed over there. So now when it comes to putting the fine nib on, just make sure, yeah, that's definitely the fine. It should hopefully be just a case now of making sure that it's popped over and pushing it on. Well, that was a lot easier than I anticipated, I've got to be honest. Almost like an anticlimax of how easy and swift that was to do. That's slightly looser on there than the other one was, but I don't think that's not going to be an issue whatsoever, I don't think. Oh, flipping heck, there we have it. So we now have a Lamy Safari with a fine nib. So I suppose the next thing to do is pop the cartridge in, and again, this is nice and simple. That's nicely locked in there, and this again is going to be what you would expect. Ooh, if I get it the right way. Twist it one way to put the plunger down. We're going to dip the nib in and twist it back to pull the plunger up and suck the ink up too. My friends, here we go. First Pilot ink, I believe this is. Right. We've got the nib submerged there. Oh yeah, we've got a load of ink there, fair play. Right, so that's up to the top. Did I just cover that up with my hand as I was drawing that ink up? My apologies if I did. So yeah, you can see we've got a really good solid amount of ink up there. Right, I'll just pop the lid back on. Make sure that pen's not going to roll onto the floor with all that ink over it. There we go. And everybody get ready, we're going down. So let's just make sure we mop up any of these little drops of ink. And so my friends, let's have the moment of truth here. The fine nib now on a Lamy Safari. And I have been Dan Brown. Oh, I quite like that. It's slightly more orangey than I was expecting. Oh yes, I'm a fan. Definitely an unusual colour, which I like. As you might notice in the background, we've got Waterman turquoise, Pelican turquoise and a Waterman tender purple ink there. So I do like some of these less standard inks. Oh yeah, the nib as well. Fine nib is operating absolutely perfectly. Yeah, well, I've got to say, if I just point the camera a little bit closer at this and say thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed this totally random, slightly echoey video. And well, until the next time, my friends, check out my other videos. I've got loads more bits and bobs like this. Loads from my Midori Traveller's notebook that's just there. And also I've got my little notebook journal that I'm working on there too. I know everything's out of focus because it's all really meant to be focusing on this writing. But yeah, check out my other videos, loads more like this and loads from the great outdoors. Till the next time, have an absolutely fantastic day. Keep it ink worthy, keep it pen based, and of course, my friends, farewell.